Good day, guys. Come with me as we solve this senior secondary school further mathematics past questions. So the first question here says simplify 3x minus 2 in bracket x plus 5 in brackets. So I have 3x minus 2 in brackets x plus 5 close bracket minus open another bracket. I have 2x minus 3 in brackets, and I have x minus 4 close bracket. And the question said simplify. So we are trying to simplify this. So the first thing we are going to do is to simplify these brackets and then simplify these brackets together. So I'm going to use this to open this bracket. So I'll be having, that will give me 3x squared plus 15x minus 2x minus 10. And I have minus. I'll do the same to this. So I have 2x squared minus 8x minus 3x plus 12. So I will simplify this further, and this will give me 3x squared. This will give me plus 13x minus 10. This is minus. This will give me 2x squared minus 11x plus 12. So I will open the brackets. So I'll have 3x squared plus 13x minus 10. Use this minus to open this bracket. I'll have minus 2x squared plus 11x minus 12. So I will group them. That will give me 3x squared minus 2x squared plus 13x plus 11x minus 10 minus 12. So this will give me x squared plus 24x minus 22. So this is our final answer to question number 1. So that takes us to question number 2, which says solve for x in 2x squared minus 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. So the simplest way to solve this question is to use the quadratic equation formula. So the first thing we are going to do is to bring out the variables. So my a in this question is 2, my b is minus 3, and my c is minus 5. And in the quadratic equation formula, we said that what x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is the quadratic equation formula that is called what? Almighty formula. So we use this to what? Solve this question. So it means that my x is equal to, my b there is minus 3. So I have minus 3 plus or minus square root of, that's minus 3 squared minus 3 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 5 all over 2 times 2. So this will give me that my x is equal to 3 plus or minus square root of 9, and I have 4 times 2 times 5, and that will give me plus 40 divided by 4. So it means that my x is equal to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 49 over 4. This is the same thing as saying that I have my x to be equal to 3 plus or minus 7 all over 4. This can be rewritten to mean that I have my x to be equals to 3 plus 7 over 4, or 3 minus 7 over 4. So this means that my x is equal to 10 over 4 or minus 4 over 4. So this means that my x is equal to 2.5 or minus 1. So the correct answer to this question is 2.5 or minus 1. So that takes us to question number 3, which says find the determinant of the matrix. Find the determinant of the matrix. So we have a matrix which says 2, 3, 4, 1. So we're asked to find the determinant of the matrix. The determinant of this matrix is the same thing as saying that I have 2 times 1 minus 3 times 4. So we're going to you multiply these two and you subtract the multiplication of these two from it. So when you multiply these two diagonal matrix and you multiply this other diagonal matrix and subtract them, that is the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix. So this will give me 2 minus 12 and that will give me minus 10. So the determinant of this matrix is minus 10, which says if y is equal to, so we have y to be equal to 2x cubed minus x squared plus 3x minus 5. Find dy dx. Find dy dx. So what that's simply asking you to do in this question is to differentiate y in terms of x. So how do we do this? If you are going to solve this question, we use our sum and difference rule, which is the general formula for what? Differentiation. So what we simply do here is tell them that dy dx will become, so according to the formula for solving your differentiation, anytime you have your y to be equal to ax raised to power n, your dy dx is supposed to give you nax raised to power n minus 1. So if you apply this here, what you are going to be having is 3 times 2x raised to power 3 minus 1 minus, this will give me 2 times x raised to power 2 minus 1 plus 1 times 3x raised to power 1 minus 1 minus 0 times x raised to power times 5 raised to power 5x raised to power 0 minus 1. So at the end of the day, what you'll be having, when simplified, is going to give you 6x raised to power 2 minus 2x plus 3 as your final answer. So when you differentiate this, at the end of the day, you're going to be getting what? 2x squared minus 2x, 6x squared minus 2x plus 3. So when you differentiate your 2x raised to power 3 minus x squared plus 3x minus 5, the answer is supposed to give you 6x squared minus 2x plus 3. So that takes us to question number 5, which says solve log base 2 of x. So I have log base 2 of x plus log base 2 of x minus 2 to be equal to 3. So this is similar as saying I have log x open bracket x minus 2 base 2 to be equals to 3. This can be simplified further to mean that I have log base 2 x open bracket x minus 2 to be equal to log 2 raised to power 3 base 2. So log base 2 cancel out log base 2, so I have x squared, if I multiply this, minus 2x is equals to 2 raised to power 3. This is same as I have x squared minus 2x is equals to 8. So this will simplify further to mean I have x squared minus 2x minus 8 is equals to 0. So if I multiply these two together, I'll get minus 8x squared. And then if I factorize it, I'm going to have what factors such as 4 and 2. So because this is minus here, that means that I have what minus 4 plus 2. So I have x squared minus 4x plus 2x minus 8 is equals to 0. So I will group them. So this means that I have what? X open bracket, x minus 4, and I have plus 2 open bracket, x minus 4 is equals to 0. This means that I have x, so I have x open brackets minus x plus 2, and I have x minus 4, all is equals to 0. So this means that I have x plus 2 equals to 0, or x minus 4 is equals to 0. This means that my x is equals to minus 2, or x is equals to 4. Please note that anytime you have logarithm of a base, you cannot have logarithm of negative number. So the correct answer to this value for our x on this question is what? Plus 4. So what I have there is supposed to be what? Log of x base 2. That takes us to question number 6, which said find the distance between the point 2, minus 1 and 5, 3 into this space. So we are given this point 2, minus 1, and then I have 5, 3. So this first one here is x1, then this is y1. This is x2, and this is y2. So the distance is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So this means that I have square root of, so my x2 here is what? 5 minus 2 squared plus my y2 is 3 minus 1 squared. So this means I have square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared. So that will give me square root of 9 plus 16, which will give me square root of 25, and that will give me 5. It means that the distance between these points is what? 5. That takes us to question number 7, which says, determine the value of sine 60 and cos 30. Now, we have to find sine 60 and cos 30. So we are looking for sine 60 degrees and cos 30 degrees. So all you have to do is what? Consider this triangle. This is a right angle triangle. This place is 30. Here is 60. This is 2, 1, and this is root 3. So if I'm looking for sine 60, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, which means that my sine 60 will give me root 3 over 2 plus my cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, which will also give me root 3 over 2. This means that I have my LCM here is 2, and this will give me root 3 plus root 3, and that will give me 2 root 3 over 2. 2 will cancel out 2, it means that my answer is root 3. So if I simplify, the value of sine 60 plus cos 30 is going to give me root 3. So that takes us to question number 8, which said expand and simplify. So we're asked to expand and simplify x plus 2 raised to power 3. So the simplest way to solve this question is to use binomial expansion to solve the question. So if you want to solve this question using binomial expansion, all you have to do is what? Use the binomial formula, which says that if I have something like this, this is the same thing as saying that I have a plus b raised to power n. So if I apply the rule of binomial expansion or binomial formula, what you'll be having here will now give me 3 combination 0 times x raised to power 3 times 2 raised to power 0 plus 3 combination 1 times x raised to power 2 times 2 raised to power 1 plus 3 combination 2 times x raised to power 1 times 2 raised to power 2 plus 3 combination 3 times x raised to power 0 times 2 raised to power 3. So this means that I have 1 times x raised to power 3 times 1 plus 3 times x raised to power 2 times 2 plus 3 times x times 4 plus 1 times 1 times 8. So that will give me x cubed. So I'll have x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x plus 8 as my final answer. So when I expand this and I simplify it at the end of the day, what I'll be having is x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x plus 8. So that takes us to question number 9, which said solve the inequality. So we have the inequality 2x minus 5 greater than 3x plus 1. So the first thing I'm supposed to do here is to collect like terms, and that will give me 2x minus 3x greater than 1 plus 5. So this is the same as in I have minus x greater than 6. So I divide through by minus 1 divided by minus 1. So it means that my x will be less than minus 6. Why is it less than? Anytime you divide by a negative sign in inequalities, the inequality sign changes to the opposite direction of the original inequality sign. So my x is now what? Less than minus 6. So the correct answer to this question is x less than minus 6. That takes us to question number 10, which says find the inverse of the matrix. So the matrix that we are given here is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a 2 by 2 matrix. So this is the same thing that I have A, B, C, D. Now when you have a 2 by 2 matrix, the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix is given as 1 over A, D minus B, C. Then here I have D, A minus C minus B. So this is the formula for solving the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. 2 by 2 matrix, the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix is very simple to calculate using this straightforward formula. So if we apply this first part here is finding the determinant of the matrix. So you first find the what inverse of that determinant, and then what you simplify it this way. So how do we do that? This means that my inverse is going to be 1 over my AD here is this times this, so I have what 1 times 4 minus 3 times 2. Then here I have, in my 2 by 2 matrix, I have DA, which means I'm going to interchange these two, and this will become what 4 and 1. And then I'll add minus to these two, so I have what minus 3 and minus 2. So this can be simplified for that to mean that I have 1 over 4 minus 6. Then I have 4 minus 2 minus 3 minus 3, 1. So this means that I have 1 over minus 2, which will give me 4 minus 2 minus 3, 1, which is the same as saying that my final answer is going to give me minus 1 over 2. Then I have 4 minus 1 minus 3, 1. So this is the final answer for the inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix. So that is also question number 11, which says find the derivative of f of x, given that f of x is equals to, so I have my f of x given as x squared plus 3x plus 1. So what they simply ask you to do here, when they say find the derivative, is for you to differentiate this. So if I want to differentiate my f of x, this means that this will give me that my dy dx is going to give me, if I differentiate this will give me 2x plus 3. So what they simply ask you to do here is to differentiate. And when you differentiate, it's going to give you 2x plus 3. So that takes us to question number 12, which says evaluate the integral of, so we're looking for the integral, so we're asked to integrate 3x squared minus 2x plus 1 dx. So if we are to integrate this, it means we are going to integrate each one of them separately. So what I'll be having is simply saying that I have, if I want to integrate this, this will give me 3x raised to power 2 plus 1 all over 2 plus 1 minus 2x raised to power 1 plus 1 all over 1 plus 1 plus 1 x raised to power 0 plus 1 all over 0 plus 1. So this will give me that I have, this will give me 3x raised to power 3 all over 3 minus 2x raised to power 2 all over 2 plus x raised to power 1 all over 1. So this can be simply simplified for that to give me x raised to power 3 plus x raised to power 2 plus x. So when I integrate, because integration is the reciprocal of differentiation. So when you integrate an already differentiated expression, what you're going to get is the original expression that was given before it was differentiated. That takes us to the next question, which is question number 13. It says, a particle moves such that s is equal to, so we have s to be equal to 4t squared minus 3t. Find its velocity at t equal to 2. So we are asked to find the velocity. So I'm looking for the velocity. Find velocity if t is equal to 2. Remember that what they give to us here is what? Distance. So for us to find velocity, we know that what? Velocity is what? Distance over time. So what we're simply going to do is to what? Differentiate our distance so that we can get what? Velocity. Which means that my velocity is supposed to give me dt ds over dt. So this means I have to differentiate this. It means therefore that my velocity is supposed to give me, this will give me 2 times 4t raised to power 2 minus 1 minus 1 times 3t raised to power 1 minus 1. And that will give me 8t minus 3. So I will now go further to what? Impute my value for t in order to get my what? Velocity. So if my v is equal to 8t minus 3, this means I have what? 8 open bracket 2 minus 3, and that will give me 16 minus 3, and that will give me 13 meter per second. So at the end of the day, the velocity of this particle is 13 meter per second. So that takes us to question number 14, which says if A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, find A squared. So we have to find A squared. It simply means that you have to multiply this matrix by itself. So what you simply have in is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want to multiply a 2 by 2 matrix, remember that in multiplication of 2 by 2 matrix, you take the row and multiply the columns. Row times column. So what we're going to be having when we multiply this is supposed to give us, for the first row, what I'm going to be having is 1 times 1 plus 2 times 3. Then I have, for the second part, so this is what I'll be having here for the first row. Then I have 1 times 2 plus 2 times 4. Then on the other side, I have 3 times 1 plus 4 times 3. And here I have 3 times 2 plus 4 times 4. So at the end of the day, this is what I'll be having. 1 plus 6. Then I have 2 plus 8. And here I have 3 plus 12. And here I have 6 plus 16. So finally, this will give me 7, 10, 15, and 22. So it means that my A squared is therefore equal to 7, 10, 15, 22. So that is the next question, which is question number 15, which says solve the system. Solve the system. I have 2x plus y to be equals to 5, and then I have 3x minus y to be equals to 4. So this is a simultaneous equation. So anytime you have a simultaneous equation, you can either solve it graphically, you can solve it by substitution, and you can solve it by elimination. So let's solve by elimination. It means if I want to eliminate y, I'm going to multiply through by the coefficient of y. So it means that this will become what? Times everything here, everything in equation 1. Let's say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Everything in equation 1 times minus 1, and then everything in equation 2 times 1. So this will give me minus 2x minus y is equal to minus 5. And this will give me 3x minus y is equals to 4. So I will eliminate. So minus 2x minus 3x will give us minus 5x. Minus y minus y will give me 0. So this will give me equal to minus 5 minus 4 will give me minus 9. So I'll divide both sides by minus 5, divide both sides by minus 5. This means that my x is equals to 9 over 5. So I will substitute this into any one of the equations. So I will sub x equals to 9 over 5 into equation 1. So my equation 1 says that I have 2x plus y is equals to 5. So anywhere I see x now, we change it to what? 9 over 5. So this means I have what? 2 open bracket, 9 over 5, close the bracket, plus y is equals to 5. So this is the same as saying that I have 18 over 5 plus y is equals to 5. This means that my y is equals to 5 minus 18 over 5. So this is over 1. It means that my y is equal to, LCM here is what? 5. 5 divided by 1 will give me 5 times this 5 I have what? 25 minus 18. This means that my y is equal to 25 minus 18 here will give me 7. That's 7 over 5. So it means that therefore that my x is equals to 9 over 5 and my y is equal to 7 over 5. So the final answer is 9 over 5 and 7 over 5. So that is the next question, which is question number 16. It said, find the median of the data set. So we have a data set 3, 7, 8, 5, 12, 14, 6, 21, 13, and 18. And we're asked to find the median. Now, for you to find the median of a set of data of ungroup data like this, the first thing you have to just do is arrange them either in descending order or ascending order. So let's arrange in ascending order. So the first one there will become what? 3. The next one there will become 5. The next one will become 7. Then we have 8. There's no 9, no 10, 11, no. So we have what? 12. Then we have 13. We have 14. Then we have 18 and 21. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we are going to what? Pick numbers from either side. So since we have 9, I'm going to pick what? 4 from either side. So you pick the first 4 and you rule them out. You pick the last 4 and you rule them out. It means that the number at the middle of these numbers is our median. It means therefore that the median in this question is what? 12. So the number 12 is the median in this set of data. That is also question number 17, which says, what is the probability of getting a 5 when the die is rolled once? Now, when the die is rolled once, it means that the total outcome, when the die is rolled once, our total outcome is 6 because the die has what? 6 faces. So if our total outcome is 6, and how many 5 can you get in a die? You can only get what? 1. It means that the probability of getting a 5 is equals to what? 1 over 6, because we have what? Possible outcome over total outcome as the what? Probability. So when the die is rolled once, the probability of getting a 5 is what? 1 over 6. So that is the next question, which is question number 18, which says simplify. So we are asked to simplify 2x plus 3 all squared minus x minus 1 all squared. So first what we're supposed to do is to expand each one of these and then what? Simplify. So if you want to expand this will give me 2x plus 3 in brackets 2x plus 3, close the bracket, and I have minus. So I have a bigger bracket, and then I have x minus 1 in bracket x minus 1, close the bracket. So this will give me 4x squared plus 6x plus 6x plus 9 minus, this will give me x squared minus x plus 1. So if I simplify for that, this will give me 4x squared plus 12x plus 9, and this will give me x squared minus 2x plus 1. So if I open this bracket, I'll be having 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 minus x squared plus 2x plus minus 1. So if I bring the like terms together, it means I have 4x squared minus x squared plus 12x plus 2x plus 9 minus 1. And that will give me 3x squared plus 14x plus 8. So this is my final answer because the question said simplify. That is also the next question, which is question number 19, which says if x is directly proportional to y, if x is directly proportional to y and x is equals to 10 when y is 2, find x when y is equals to 5. So this is a direct proportionality. So the first thing introduced in variation or proportionality is a constant. So if my x is directly proportional to y, this means that my x is equals to ky. y. So if that is the case, it means that my k is equals to x over y. And if my k is equals to x over y, the simplest way to solve this question is to what? Is to bring out different values of x and y. Since k is equals to k, this means that my what? X1 over y1 is equals to x2 over y2, because k is a constant, which means it will not change. Which means that I can say that this is x1 and this is y1, and this will become what? X2 and this is y2. Therefore, it means that what I'll be having, my x1 will become what? 10 over my y1 is 2 to be equals to my x2 is still x2 over my y2 is 5. So if I cross multiply, it means that I have 2x2 to be equals to 50. Divide both sides by 2 divided by 2, it means that my x2 is equals to 25. So at the end of the day, it means that when you solve this question, the value of x when y is 5 is what? 25. So that is also question number 20. We said find the coordinates of the midpoint between, so we have 2 points here. We have 2, 3 and we have 6, 7. And we have to find the coordinates of the midpoint. So what does this mean? The midpoint simply means the point between each one of them. So what does this mean? This means that I have what? X1 plus x2 divided by 2, because it's what? Midpoint, which means half of it. Then I have what? Y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So this is x1 and this is y1. This is x2 and this is y2. So this means that I have my x1 here is what? 2 plus my y1 here is what? 6 divided by 2, comma, my y1 there is what? 3 plus my y2 is what? 7 divided by 2. So this means I have what? 8 over 2, comma, 10 over 2. And that will give me 4, comma, 5. So it means that the coordinate of the midpoint is 4, comma, 5. So that takes us to question number 21, which says a fake coin is tossed 3 times. What is the probability of getting exactly 2 heads? Probability of getting exactly 2 heads. Now, the number of outcomes, number of total outcome is equal to, so a coin has what? 2 sides. So the number of sides raised to the power of number of times, which is what? 3. So that will give me 8. So when you toss a coin 3 times, you're supposed to have what? 8 outcomes, a total of 8 outcomes. Then they are asking us the probability of getting 2 heads, exactly 2 heads. Probability of getting exactly 2 heads, I can have my 2 heads to be head, tail, head, or I can have it as head, head, tail, or I can have it as tail, head, head. So is that when I toss the coin, the first time I got a head, second time I got a tail, and then I got a head, or I got 2 heads and then 1 tail, or I get the tail first before getting the 2 heads. So these are the possible scenarios that I can get 2 heads. So it means that my possible outcome is going to give me 3. It means therefore that my probability of getting exactly 2 heads is going to give me 3, which is the possible outcome, over my total outcome, which is 8. It means the probability of getting exactly 2 heads is 3 over 8. Moving on to question number 22. It says differentiate f of x. So we have our f of x to be equals to sine x plus cos x. Now we are asked to differentiate this. Please note that whenever you differentiate sine x or sine of any variable, sine x will always give you cos x. So anytime you differentiate sine x, it will always give you cos x. But if you differentiate cos x, it will always give you minus sine x. So whenever you differentiate sine x, it gives you cos x, and when you differentiate cos x, it gives you minus sine x. So if we apply that same principle here, it means that our dy dx is supposed to give us, if I differentiate my sine x, so I have difference, that's d sine x dx plus d cos x dx, and that means that I'm going to be having, if I differentiate my sine x, I'll be having cos x, and if I differentiate my cos x, I'll be having minus sine x. So at the end of the day, what I'll be having is cos x minus sine x. So when I differentiate sine x plus cos x, what I'll be having is cos x minus sine x. So that takes us to the next question, which is question number 23, which says integrate the function 1 over x. So we're looking for the integral of 1 over x dx. Now, whenever you integrate 1 over anything, let's say I integrate 1 over 10 x. Anytime I integrate 1 over anything in integration, it becomes in. So if I integrate 1 over x, it will become what? In x. So the integral of 1 over x is simply in x. So when I integrate 1 over x, I'll get what? In x. And if I differentiate in x, I'm going to get what? 1 over x. So the correct answer to that question is in x dx. Moving on to the next question, which is question number 24. It says, if tan theta is equal to 3 over 4, so I have tan theta to be equal to 3 over 4. Fine. So we're looking for sine theta, and we're also looking for cos theta. And assuming that theta is acute, an acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees. So I'm going to draw my right angle triangle and impute my values. So this is my right angle triangle. If here is theta, automatically it means that my opposite will become 3 and my adjacent will become 4. So my hypotenuse is unknown, and we use Pythagoras theorem to find the hypotenuse. So using Pythagoras theorem, so this means that my hypotenuse squared is equals to 3 squared plus 4 squared, and that will mean that I have that my hypotenuse squared is equals to 9 plus 16, which means that my hypotenuse squared is equals to 25, meaning that my hypotenuse is equals to square root of 25. Hypotenuse therefore is equals to 5. So this place here will become what? 5. So my sine theta therefore will become, since sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, it means that my sine theta will be equals to 3 over 5. And my cos theta, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, that will become what? 4 over 5. So my sine theta is 3 over 5 and my cos theta is 4 over 5. So that is the answer to that question. So that is the next question, which says find the modulus of the complex number z. Find the modulus of the complex number z equal to 3 plus 4i. So for us to solve this question, all you have to do is tell them that the modulus therefore is equal to square root of these two coefficients. So I have what? 3 squared plus 4 squared, and that will give me the square root of 9 plus 16, and that will give me square root of 25, and the answer is 5. So the modulus of this complex number z is 5. So moving on to the next question, it says solve 3 raised to power. So we have 3 raised to power x plus 1 to be equals to 81. So if you have to solve this question, all you have to do is what? Put them in the same what? Base. So this means I have what? 3 raised to power x plus 1 is equals to 3 raised to power 4. So base 3 cancel base 3. It means I have what? X plus 1 is equals to 4. It means that my x is equals to 4 minus 1. X is equals to 3. So the final answer to this question is 3. That takes us to the next question, which says, that's question number 27, which says, if the sum of the first n terms of an AP is given by, the sum of the first n terms of an AP is given as Sn is equals to 3n raised to power 2 plus 2n. Find the first term. So we're looking for n equals to 1 and the common difference. D is also unknown. So we're looking for the first term and we're looking for what? The common difference. So this is also equals to A, which is what? First term. So if we have to solve this question, the first we have to do is what? Find the first term when n is equals to 1. So if my n is equals to 1, it means that my Sn become what? S1 is equals to 3 open bracket 1 squared plus 2 open bracket 1. And that will give me 3 plus 2, and that will give me 5. So my first term is what? 5, and this is also equals to a, which is what? First term. And then we have to find the common difference. But for us to find the common difference, we have to first find the sum of the first two terms. So the sum of the first two terms, that's what? S2 is unknown. So it means that my S2 is equals to 3 open brackets 2 squared plus 2 open bracket 2. And that will give me 3 times 4 plus 4. And that will give me 12 plus 4. It means that the S2 is going to give me what? 16. So if my S2 is 16, I have to find out what the second term is. It means that T2 is unknown, because S2 here is telling me what? The summation of T1 and T2. Please note that what? My T1 is also equals to A, and that is what? First term. So since my S2 is talking about, since S2 is equals to T1 plus T2, this means that 16 is equals to what? 5 plus T2. It means that my T2 is equals to 16 minus 5, and my T2 is equals to 11. So if my T2 is 11, I can then find my common difference, because my common difference, D, is equals to T2 minus T1. And if my common difference is T2 minus T1, this means that my common difference is equals to 11 minus 5, and that will give me 6. So it means that the first term of this particular AP is 5, and the common difference is 6. That is us to the next question, which is question number 28. It said find the angle between the vectors A equal to, so we have our A, vector A to be equal to 2, 3, and then we have vector B to be equal to 4, minus 1. So we know that cos theta is supposed to give us A dot B over line A, line B. So for us to do this, we have to first find out what A dot B is. And my A dot B is supposed to give me, that's A times B. I'm supposed to be having 2 times 4 plus 3, 2 times 4 plus 3 times minus 1. So that will give me 8 minus 3, and that will give me 5. And then I'll also find line A and line B. My line A is equals to square root of the squares of what I have in A, which will give me 2 squared plus 3 squared. And that will give me square root of 4 plus 9. And that will give me the square root of 13. And then I'll also find out line B. My line B, therefore, will give me the square root of everything in B, and that will give me 4 squared plus minus 1 squared. And that will give me square root of 16 plus 1, and that will give me the square root of 17. It means that my cos theta here is going to give me 5 over square root of 13 times square root of 17. And that will give me 5 over square root of 13 times 17. So I have 13 times 17. So that will give me 5 over square root of 221. So that is cos theta, but the question is not to find cos theta. Instead, it says to find the word angle. It means that my theta is equal to cos inverse of 5 over square root of 221. So this will become my final answer for what? Question number 28. So moving on, that takes us to question number 29. We say simplify. So we are asked to simplify x squared minus 1 over x minus 1. So this is the question we are given. This can be rewritten to mean that I have x squared minus 1 squared over x minus 1, because 1 here is a perfect square on its own, which is what? 1. So if this is what I have, this can be rewritten anytime you have perfect squares, if you expand it, what you are going to be having is x minus 1 in bracket x plus 1 divided by what? X minus 1. X minus 1 can cancel out x minus 1. It means my final answer is going to be x plus 1. So when I simplify that expression, the final answer at the end of the day is what? X plus 1. So that takes us to question number 30, which says find the general solution to the equation sin x equals to 1 over 2. So if my sin x is equal to 1 over 2, this is equivalent to saying that my x is equal to 30 degrees, or you can say that my x is equal to 150 degrees. So this is the same as saying that my x also is equal to pi over 6 or pi over 6 rad, or you can say that it is what? 5 pi over 6 rad. So these are the forms in which you can have this your x to be equal to 1 over 2. So the general solution, therefore, is simply saying that my x is equal to n pi plus minus 1 raised to power n pi over 6. So if you simplify this further, this is the same thing as saying that my x can be in the form of saying that I have pi over 6 plus 2n pi or 5 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6 plus 2n pi, which is the same as saying that I have 8 in degrees to say that I have 30 degrees plus 360 degrees or 150 degrees plus 360 degrees. So this is the general formula for this equation. Thank you for staying with us till now. If you have a question, drop it in the comment section below. And if you have not subscribed to this channel by now, please do so and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified when we drop a new video.
Hi, I'm sure you enjoyed the video you've just watched. To see more of this kind of content across all examinations, including WAEC, JAMB, JUPEP, GACAO, NET, SAT, IELT, literally up to 100 exams, make sure you hit the subscribe button and check the channels for all of these videos and tutorials.